All right, everybody, it's 2 after, so we'll go ahead and get started. Again, like I said, my name is Courtney Gus, and I am with National Flood Services, and I run our agency development and training department here, and I work with several of our WIOs or insurance company partners to help all of our agents write and sell flood insurance. Just so you guys know a little bit of background about myself, I actually came from the insurance company side. I led a flood insurance division for a carrier out of the Midwest, and I'm also a licensed agent in the state of Ohio. So I have a lot of a good understanding of what your day-to-day life is like. I actually worked on the agency side, and I grew up in that world as well. So I'm really excited to work with all of you today on some things we've come up with, and I'm actually going to start my video. I apologize. A little up close and personal, but that way you guys can get to know me a little bit. And I'd love to share with you guys some things we've come up with to hopefully help you through these very interesting times that we're dealing with. So again, if everyone could just mute their phones, we will go ahead and get started. So, okay, so really, why did we decide to have this training today, right? And it all stemmed from FEMA sent out a notice around an additional 120-day grace period to pay your policy. So if you're a policyholder with the National Flood Insurance Program, you now have 4 months to pay your insurance renewal without lapse, penalty, or cancellation. And our concern is really for you as the agent, retention is a huge part of running your agency and managing your book. You know, it's a big part of your revenue stream. It's important to make sure that you can keep your team employed. So we wanted to figure out or brainstorm ways we could help everybody with their retention through this summer and through this 120-day grace period. We also wanted to let you in on a few insights as to the rules and regulations around this additional payment period, because there are some stipulations with claims payments and things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about how you can actually pull your own policy expiration list for your agency, as well as what are we going to provide you guys in terms of templates. I'm so sorry. Whoever's not on mute, if you could please mute your phone. Thank you. So we're going to give you guys some templates, some sales materials that actually speak the voice of the policyholder, so you can use these in sales and marketing out to your customers. And then I'll give you guys some information as to the schedule and cadence this information will be going out throughout the next couple of months, and actually show you the website that we've created just for agents in order to get this information into your hands. And if you guys have any questions, stop me at any time, jump in, or you can use the chat feature as well. So the NFIP extended the grace period for payments. Normally there's 30 days to pay your policy without a lapse, penalty, or cancellation. Due to COVID-19, FEMA has extended that to 120 days. And to make things a little extra complicated, they did that retroactively back to policy starting on February 15th. So it actually is February 15th through June 15th of 2020 that policyholders have the additional 120 days. So a couple of concerns on the agency side when things like that happen. A, we won't really know what our retention looks like well into the fall. Some of these policies won't hit that 120-day mark until October. Also, anytime a policy in the NFIP, in the National Flood Insurance Program, is in the grace period, a claim will not be paid until the policy renewal is paid in full. Here we are heading to a busy summer storm season. I'm so sorry, guys. Could somebody, I'm not sure who's not on mute. I think I may have to mute the group here. I apologize. I actually don't know how to mute the group. If you guys could just check your phones and make sure you're on mute. I apologize. It's very distracting. So the NFIP grace period, if you are in that grace period and your policy premium is not paid in full and there is a claim, the claim cannot proceed and the claim cannot be paid until the policy premium is paid in full. So it's really important to let your policyholders know as we head into storm season, we head into hurricane season, that yes, you do have an additional period to pay if you need that extra time. Just know that when you go to report a loss, hopefully that doesn't happen, but if you have to, the first notice of loss team is going to ask for is for premium payment. So it's just really important to know that, and that goes for any grace period within the NFIP. So when we go back to the 30-day grace period, you still have to pay that policy premium in full before claims can be paid. So how do you know which policyholders are affected, right? So who hasn't paid, who's in this 120-day grace period, what does your policy book look like? And so we wanted to show you guys, if you didn't already know, how to pull your policy expiration list right in Flood Pro. And the reason this is so important is for security reasons, we can't just go blast out email lists with policyholder information and addresses and policy numbers and things like that. So how do we get these reports into your hands quickly and allow you to kind of self-service when you have the time to work through things like this? So hopefully everybody's familiar with the main website with Flood Pro. And this is where you go to do all your policy quoting, endorsements, pulling deck pages, all that good stuff, right? You can even report claims in here. So when you log into Flood Pro, on the main dashboard when you log in, it looks something like this with several boxes across the front. Across the top of the page, there are some tabs, and one of them is called Reports. And you actually have access to this anytime. You can pull reports on what your book looks like, what expiration lists look like. You can pull reports by policy type. So you have a lot of self-service options available there. But we wanted you to know, particularly for this expiration report, that you can go in and check daily or weekly which policies are coming up for renewal or haven't paid. So when you go in there, under reports, you're going to select an expiration report. And we recommend going back to February to see if there's any policies February through now that you may have missed.
Hey, Courtney, just really quick, we can't see the slides. We're still on the first slide.
I'm so sorry, guys. Am I frozen? How about that? Can you see it now?
Still on the first slide.
That is so weird. Okay, let me stop sharing so you can see my face really big. Let me try and share again. How's that? Can you see the Flood Pro screen?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I'll start back. Hopefully you can see this page where the main login is.
And we're just trying to put it in presentation view. It's just in the PowerPoint view, but we can see it.
Yeah, it's the only problem with presentation view, and I'll show you guys, is I can't see when you chat. So if you guys could just let me know if you have questions. It's definitely a drawback of Zoom. So here is the main screen for Flood Pro, and there's Reports tab right across the top. And then when you go into the Reports tab, a menu is going to pop up. And you'll select the expiration report for this particular report that we're looking at, but just know that you can select all kinds of reports in here. You can also have them delivered via email, or there's a Reports Now button in your version, the agent version, that allows you to get the report immediately. And these reports come out via Excel. Again, I would recommend going back to February to run one quick report to see if there's anything that you've missed. And then just so you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about direct-to-consumer mailers we're going to do for those policyholders to remind them to pay their premiums as well. But this is here, and you guys can pull these reports as often and frequently as you want. The report should generate immediately. If for whatever reason you don't have the ability to pull this report, or you're having trouble, you're not receiving it, it's not generating, please let me know right away, and I can get IT to help us get that figured out for you. And I can most likely pull the report for you and send it over, or find a secure way to get that to you in the meantime. We do recommend pulling these reports weekly or bi-weekly just to stay on top of those policy expirations. And again, this is going to run all the way through the summer. So I don't need to tell you guys as agents the importance of retention. You know, flooding can happen anywhere. I'm in Ohio, of all places, to be doing flood insurance, and we've actually had record flooding this spring. Climate and infrastructure changes are always a concern. I know construction has been on hold up here. I'm sure it has been in other states as well. And a lot of, flood policies don't automatically renew. You do have to pay that renewal premium, but a lot of clients or customers forget that. So it's important for us to stay in front of them and let them know that they do have to pay that renewal premium. 40% of small businesses don't reopen after a flood. Now, we know that our small business customers are facing unprecedented times right now. Obviously, they're had to shutter their doors. They don't have income coming in. But if you do have any commercial clients with a flood policy, talk to them about what their options are. Explore the 120-day grace period. If there's anything we can do to help them, whether it's premium finance through a different company or changing coverages, anything we can do to kind of think outside the box to help those small business customers, especially heading into hurricane season, is really important. There's also a couple of other concerns around allowing a policy to lapse in the National Flood Insurance Program. Most of our policy holders, if they're not rated with an elevation certificate, are rated with what we call subsidized rates, meaning they are subsidized by FEMA to keep the premium down. So whether it's an older structure or they've been grandfathered and they're using old flood zone information, or even if they're newly mapped and they were able to grandfather using the prior map information, all that stuff is tied to the policy number. And once that policy number officially lapses in the National Flood Insurance Program, you have to start over. And you no longer can gain a lot of these specialized rates or discounts. And so if you're looking at a policy deck page, if it's grandfathered, it will actually say that on the page. If it's rated with an old map information, that kind of information will show on the deck page as well. And if you guys get stuck at all, please let us know. We can look at every single policy on a case-by-case basis. But it's really important to let policyholders know that although their flood insurance premium may be high or more than what they want to pay, it's most likely going to be even higher if the policy lapses and they lose these possible discounts. So what are we doing to try to help you communicate with your policyholders through this? We've created social media templates, letter templates, postcard templates, anything that we've created, you guys will have the ability to use and put your agency information on. And then we're also utilizing information from floodsmart.gov. So floodsmart.gov is FEMA's extension for consumer information. This is where the average person can go out and get information on flood insurance, flood risk, flood costs, etc. They're also working on some retention information and the importance around retaining flood policies through this summer. But that's where we get a lot of our statistics that we use for the information we'll be providing you. So please feel free to use any of the information we provide and blast that out to your customers as you see fit. If you're working with customers or you're working through your policies and you think that there's some marketing material we've missed, please let us know. I have to tell you, we're winging it a little bit. We've never had a situation like this before, but we're seeing, policy retention drop from the 90s down to the high 70s, all in a matter of 30 days. So we'll take any ideas or suggestions you guys have, but in the meantime, I'm going to share with you what we've come up with. You can always go to our website, nationalfloodservices.com, and use any of our free agent tools. We have a video library, a sales toolkit. You can do risk assessments by address here, but this material is up year-round, free of charge for any of our agents to use. Please feel free to go on there and peruse around. The video library is great. It has a series of 125 free short videos. As you can see here, we've got letter templates, postcard templates, and these are all just generic information that you guys can use as you work through some of the challenges. Now, when we get out of COVID-19, hopefully everyone can use this information as sales material going into this fall as well. So everybody can see this, but this is our postcard template. We've provided templates where you guys can actually insert your agency information and either print them or use them as digital postcards. We will be updating this material every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the next 4 months so that you have fresh material to use when you reach out to your customers. We've also created letters that can be used in emails or on paper letters. Again, you can insert customer information, agency information, logos. And some of your agency management systems will actually help you incorporate this so that it prints out the information automatically. Please feel free to use this. It comes in the form of a Word doc. Same with the email information here. If you want to just drop these into an email, you can add your agency information in the form of a signature and send these out. We've done these with both personal and commercial lines information, as well as a multitude of facts and information from the NFIP. So it could be upcoming storm forecasting, or the topic could be flood statistics for that area. The social media templates are something that we're hoping you guys can use in your agency Facebook pages or Instagram pages. Post just like you would a photo with your own message. And this will give you an opportunity to kind of speak flood without having to come up with your own marketing material. Again, this will also change throughout the summer. For right now, it's very general flood information, but as we get into hurricane season, we're using some of the recent flood forecasting information that's come out for 2020. And here's the information from floodsmart.gov. So as a consumer, as a policyholder, if I have questions on my flood insurance policy and I Google it, most likely I'm going to land here on the NFIP's page, right, for floodsmart.gov. Thankfully, they are also on the retention message campaign. And so there's a lot of information here, just what we've shared today, the importance of maintaining a flood insurance policy, what happens if you have a grandfathered policy and it lapses, bank requirements to renew your flood insurance policy. So all that information as a consumer is mirroring the messaging that we'll be sending out as well. And what to expect moving forward. So I'll be doing these trainings on a multitude of topics throughout the summer, hopefully weekly or bi-weekly, and we'll also be posting them on our website. We'll be providing you complimentary templates for you to use, again, on a 2 to 3 week basis. Those will refresh. If there's any help we can provide on handling renewals, please let us know. But remember to pull those policy expiration lists from your system so you know what you're looking at. And we will be providing weekly support and encouragement. So we're here, we're your cheerleaders. We know flood insurance isn't everybody's favorite topic, but whether it's a complicated policy or a policy renewal that you need help with, please let us know, and we're happy to do anything we can to dive in. Please check out our social media content. Not only will we be providing you with consumer-facing content, but we're also updating our own Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages with more industry-related content for you as the agent. And then you have access to us all the time. I know that all the companies that you work with, you have wonderful support, but please feel free if you have any questions or concerns at all to reach out. If you have suggestions or marketing ideas, campaign ideas, please let us know. Our goal is to support you as the agent. I have a chat. Let's see. Oh, I can't read it yet. Okay, so I'm going to actually pull up the retention page that we've created just for the agents and share that with you guys now. Stop share here. Here it is. Can you guys see nationalfloodservices.com here now?
Yep.
It says take charge of your renewals. Fantastic. Okay. So this landing page was created specifically for this campaign, and it's also created just for our agents in mind. It is not public facing, meaning it's on our website, but you can only get to it through the specialized link that we're providing. And the goal is really to be sensitive to consumers' concerns. Right now, we don't want to send out a bunch of public facing information around paying your renewal when customers are having a hard time. But we do want to provide you guys with the material. So it's on our page, but again, it's considered temporary, so it's not going to be here forever. And it is not facing out to the public. So if you search this, you're not necessarily going to find it. And it really has all the information that we've created around retention all in one spot. So the first thing I want to show everyone, hopefully you can still see it, is our toolkit one-page guide for the agents. So it talks about the 120-day extension and why it's important to get on top of your expiration list. It talks about the free templates that we'll be providing, as well as how to pull your renewal list and how to use the materials that we're sharing.
Just finish your homework.
When you go back to the webpage, you'll see any new upcoming webinars we have. They'll continue to be posted online, and I know that everyone's continuing to share those with you as well. We do have a couple of short videos around retention and the importance of retention on our website. And then here are all the really cool resources that we've created for you guys to use. So for some examples on the social media tools, I'm gonna open this up here. And you can see there's dozens of free social media images that you can use on your Facebook and Instagram pages. So if I open one, you can instantly share them here on the top right-hand corner with your different social media networks, or you can save it as an image and post it that way as well. We've tried to make them somewhat visually appealing. I know it's flood insurance, but easy for the consumer to digest. It's not too much information. And there's some information around there for both personal and commercial lines. And again, these will refresh as the summer continues. There's one piece of information that's not on any of these slides that I want to share with all of you as well. So normally as a policyholder, I receive my renewal offer. And then if I hit my expiration date and I haven't paid my renewal yet, I receive an expiration notice that tells me I have 30 days grace period to pay. Due to the 120-day extension, you will still get the initial renewal offer and the expiration notice, but now you will also get a reminder notice 30 days after renewal if you still haven't paid, and then 90 days after renewal if you still have not paid. And those renewal offers will speak to the importance of maintaining your flood insurance policy as well as the ease of paying your renewal online. So we'll make those very similar to what you see here, colorful, easy to read, easy to follow as a consumer. And again, the first time we've ever done additional mailers directly to policyholders. And this is all in an attempt to try to maintain as much business as we can going through busy season. But our goal too is as you use some of this material, hopefully it helps you from new business as well. So I'm trying to keep this to a half an hour for you guys. I know the invitation that went out may have said an hour today, and I apologize for the confusion, but everyone's time is so valuable right now, especially as everyone is remote. So our goal was to keep these webinars to 30 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, I will open up the floor. Anything? Quiet. So hopefully I didn't talk your ear off too much this morning. I can't thank you guys enough for joining us. We will be sending all this material out to the group after the call. Please feel free to use it as you see fit. If you have any questions or concerns at all, please feel free to reach out. And and thank you for the feedback. I do hope this was helpful. I know this is really important to everyone and important to me. So any more questions? Oh, and Carol, yes, you will have my presentation to refer back to. I can share all this information with you guys. Any other questions before I free you for the day? What is the name? Our Facebook page is National Flood Services, and that's where we post our agent-facing information. Our LinkedIn page is also National Flood Services, so we've always got updated information on there. But then this information for you guys will be on our website, which is nationalfloodservices.com, and I'll send you the direct agency link for that. I love the questions. I love the chat. All right. I can't thank you guys enough for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. And I will get this information out to you, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye, everyone.